All right, guys, let's come seated on our mat in Sukhasana and cross your legs at your mid shins. Make sure you're seated right in the center. You want your knees lower than your hip points and your uh, femur bone and your hip points. There's space there. So you can actually bring one hand to the hip point and the other hand to the upper leg bone and then lift the hip point and draw the leg bone down. And you can do that on both sides. And then lean over one side to the other, rotate the lower buttock flesh out, and also draw from the outer knee to the outer hip back. Bring your fingertips into your blankets, your mat, or your blocks. Press and lift your side body. And as you lift up, you want to move your side rib cage up away from your hips, but remember to relax your outer legs, relax your outer knees. Bring your chin so that it's parallel to the mat. Bring the tops of your shoulders down. You also want to draw your shoulder blades out and away from your spine. Close your eyes, and with your next exhalation, bring your hands together at your heart. A few moments here using your breath. You want to ujjayi breathing, so audible inhalation, audible exhalation, and the breath is even. And there's a slight drawing of the abdominal wall back. And one more time as you exhale the breath, guys. Again, relax your legs, relax your outer feet, relax your outer knees as well as your outer hips. I'll chant Om once. Join in, or you're welcome to just listen. Exhale your breath, bow your head, bring your chin to the groove of your neck. Keep your collarbone spread, your breastbone spread. Bring your hands to the very tops of your legs. Center your head, and as you exhale the breath, slowly open the eyes and release the hands. Okay, guys, so go ahead, and if you're on blankets, let's go ahead and come to the very top edge or front edge of the blankets. And then once more, rotate the buttock flesh. See that the legs are crossed so that you're crossed at your mid shins, and your mid shins line up with the top edge of your mat. Go ahead again, and let's lean over one side to the other. Take the the hip point and the femur bone and separate, and then do that as well on the opposite side. And then bring both of your hands in an L shape. Draw down, lift up out of your waist. So again, move your hip points up and away from your thumbs, which are drawing down into your legs. Lift your chest, and as you exhale, come forward. When you get about halfway that the torso is facing the mat, draw down on the leg bones and back with the thumbs, and then release the hands, the arms one at a time. Walk the arms out, really go spider walk out until you get lots of length, the maximum length in the backs of your arms, and then bring your chin down to the groove of your neck. So again, keep the spine, your spine goes in and up. Your back rib cage spreads away from your spine, but also your back ribs move in. And then as you exhale the breath, you can walk the arms and the hands back towards you. Very good. And we'll uncross and recross. So if you had your legs, whichever leg you had in front, bring that one closest to you. And then once more, rotate the flesh. Same thing. Again, you can do this. You draw the leg bone down and the hip point up. And do the same on the opposite side, L shape. Draw down with your thumbs and then back towards the back of your body as you come forward. Now bring your chest, your torso parallel to your mat, and then hold your weight in your upper legs where your thumbs were and in your outer feet, and then bring your arms and hands out in front of you. Really stretch the arms out here, guys, but you want to keep your outer hips grounded as well as your outer feet. Lift your chest, move your breastbone up and out towards your chin, and then bring your chin towards the groove of your neck. You can also flatten your palms. And then with an exhalation, look towards your hands, bend your elbows, and bring yourselves back to seated. Perfect. Stretch the legs out here. And we want to bring our inner ankle bones together, the base of the big toe joints together, and then bring the leg bones down. So it's the same action of moving your hip points up and away from your femur bones. Grab your strap if you need to. Otherwise, start with the anterior pelvis here and the abdominal area. Spread. So here spreads here, draws back, and then stretch up. Use a strap or your arms, extend your arms out. Exhale, reach forward, grab your heels, or wrap your strap around your feet. Now watch the tops of my shoulders. Bring the tops of your shoulders back, and then spread your chest. So spread the collarbone. So instead of this, rotate the upper arms out externally, almost turning the inner eyes of your elbows to the ceiling. And then exhale, widen the elbows. Again, widen the chest. Spread the abdominals, spread the front ribs and the back ribs, and bring the forehead to your shin bones. So really keep your leg bones drawing down, your kneecaps engaged, your heel bones down. Draw your hands or your strap into your center heel bones, and then inhale, look up, and exhale, release. Very good, guys. One more time of Paschimottanasana. So lean over, rotate the buttock flesh. Also, you draw back. So the leg bone really moves into the hip socket. Always have the torso over the upper legs. Again, stretch the arms out. And if you can, if you're using your hands, you'll interlace as you reach forward. See if you can interlace your fingers around your feet. Good. Inhale, stretch up, shoulders down, turn the inner eyes of your elbows towards the ceiling, the chest. Now bend the elbows, draw the hands or the strap into the heels of the feet and the outer feet, and fold. Now as you fold, guys, see if you can move up and over or up and out of your hip points. Lift up and away, move your hip points up, bring your leg bones down, keep the space there, great. And then inhale, look up, and exhale, release. Perfecto. Perfect, guys. Go ahead, and I'm going to come over. I'm going to come off of my blankets, and I'm going to do the foot stretch on the block. So what I want to do, and for this one, we'll need a strap too, because we're going to use the strap on the arms. But I'm going to bring the toes to the mat like this. And then I'll separate the heels. So once I've got the toes down, separate the heels, and then bring my block underneath my bottom. So when you do this, guys, you want to draw your sacrum down, but then lift your side ribs up. Great. So your heels are separated and your outer feet are perpendicular. So as you do this, you want to lift one knee at a time. Bring your hand to the heel bone, draw the heel bone back. Bring the knee down. Do that as well on the opposite side. Let's bring our strap so that our strap is around our wrist. Take the arms out in front. Exhale the breath. Take the arms up. Really draw out onto your strap, guys. Open your chest, spread your abdominal wall, and let your shoulder blades move up towards your hands. Great. And then exhale, release. Bring the arms down, and we can lean forward and tap the feet. So you'll come here, and then we'll tap our feet against our toes against the mat. And then one more time, come back. Now this time, guys, go ahead and bring your inner ankle bones into your block. So you're using a block, and bring your knees together. Lift one knee at a time, hand to the heel, draw the heel bone back. Again, the strap is on the outer wrist. Inhale, take the arms out, draw out on the strap. Bring the fingers together and see if the thumbs can move out towards the top of the mat. Inhale, take the arms up. Now press down into your toes, draw your heel bones back, and see if you can reach the ceiling with your fingertips. Great, great. And then exhale to release. Perfect. You can bring the arms down. Let's come forward and we'll keep our block and we'll bring it out in front of us for dog pose. So this time, guys, I'm on the hands and knees. I move the strap to the side and I've got the block, and that block is going to go right under my breastbone. Separate your feet, separate your knees, take your knees up, move yourselves into dog pose, but bring your forehead to your block. Bring your forehead to your block. Now here, I want you to move your weight into the heels of your hands. Push your heels of your hands into your mat and see if you can pretend to push your mat forward with the heels of your hands. Straighten your knees and make sure that your 10 toes are extended out in front of you towards your hands. Good. See if you can get that length in your side body, the same as we did a moment ago with Urdhva Hastasana. See if you can stretch the spine. Good. Open up the backs of your legs, guys, and see if you can turn the inner eyes of your elbows towards the top edge of your yoga mat to spread the chest. Great. And then exhale the breath, come down to the hands and to the knees. Bring the big toes together behind you. You can move your block to the side, come into child's pose. Really stretch the arms out. Bring your chin to the groove of your neck, but stretch your arms as far out as they'll go. And then this movement also includes your side ribs moving out towards your arms, towards your hands. Once you get that length, guys, go ahead and bring your elbows down to your mat and then let your elbows rest here on your mat for a moment. And then go ahead and you can bring your forehead up and then let's come up to seated. Very good, guys. So go ahead and I'm going to come hands and knees. And I'm going to take my block again, one more time. And I'm going to sit on top of my block. Low level, just on top of one block. Have a strap available if you need it, okay? And so from here, I'm going to do Janu Sirsasana seat. So I'm going to separate my legs and feet and then rotate the buttock flesh. So again, I want to really move the lower buttock flesh out and then really get this sensation that your inner growing, you know, that indention at the very top of the legs. I call that the inner gully, that indention, that space there. So that space, as you do this, rotates down towards your blanket. Hold behind your right knee. Go ahead and see if you can bring all 5 of your right toes to your mat. And with your inner heel and your inner ankle bone forward, bring your outer right knee down. Good, good. Now, the way that this happens, guys, is there's a big external rotation on that right leg. Watch. And you can use an L shape to bring it down and externally rotate out and then move that right hip point away. Lift the right hip point up. Extend or bring the left leg out in front. If you can fold forward, reach forward, grab your left foot. Don't round your spine. But again, guide your front rib cage towards your left knee. Lift your chest. Maybe reach for your left foot or use a strap or stay tall. Great. Bring the leg bone down. Bring the left knee down. Engage the left leg. Fold. You can widen the elbows out as you bring the nose down to the left knee. Janu Sirsasana. And then inhale and lengthen up. Wonderful. And exhale, release. Go ahead and switch sides. Perfect. So you can take a moment, maybe kind of stretching or rubbing or kind of opening the legs. Yeah, that's it. Especially the knee. And then again, left side. Left toes come down. And you know, if this bothers your knee and you need an adjustment, make sure to take the calf flesh down towards the mat so the hand can come underneath to open up the flesh. That's it. And then really bring that inner left foot forward, roll the inner growing down. That's what really counts. And then that right leg out in front, lined up with your left heel. Come forward if you can. To come forward again, it's up and over. You've got to move that hip point up and move the right thigh bone down. Right hip point up, right femur bone down. Keep space at your hip flexor. Now press your right heel down and drag your outer right heel back. And inhale, stretch up. Wonderful. Wonderful. And then exhale, release. And then you can just extend your legs out in front of you. Very good. And again, one more time of just kind of shaking the backs of the legs. So I'm going to come off of my block. You can stay on your block if you'd like, but I'm going to bring the soles of the feet together in Baddha Konasana. We're going to do this one upside down again. And then what I want us to do, guys, is when you come here, bring your outer feet down. So this part of your feet comes down. And then see if you can spread your outer ankle bone to your mat. And then let's lean over one side to the other. So lean to your right. You can bend that right elbow and bring it inside of your inner right thigh. Now, take your left hand to the very top of your left leg bone. Draw down, stay leaning to your right, and kind of iron the left hand along the left femur bone. And then come back to the center. And then go over to the left. So the left elbow comes down to keep that left outer knee down. And then I'll bring my right hand, draw down, stay leaning to your left. You're trying to separate the hip point from the leg bone and then iron the leg out. So from the top of the right thigh bone to the inner knee. Great, 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 great. Next exhalation here, guys. Let's see if we can bring our hands to our shin bones right above your ankles and draw in and then lift the chest. Good. So you're going to go here and here. Pull your shin bones back. And then exhale the breath. Come forward. You can take your hands to your feet or you can keep them at your shins. But extend your inner gully. Roll the inner gully to the mat and come forward. And then inhale to come up. Perfecto. Perfect. And then go ahead. Let's bring the knees together and then extend the legs out. I'm going to do that upside down. I have a little bit of a sequence. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm not too far out of the sequence. Okay, so let's do upward facing dog first. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to use 2 blocks for upward dog, right? And this isn't one that is one of my favorites at all, but I'm going to put my hands on my blocks, this, and then I'm going to press down into the blocks and straighten the knees. And then when I do this, guys, I'm going to leave the knees on the mat for a moment. Watch. And I'm going to press, rotate the inner eyes of the elbows forward and open up the chest. So the first one, we'll just kind of relax the legs like this. And then we'll do it again. And on that second time, we'll move our hips up one at a time. Watch. Drag one hip up closer to your blocks. Open up your chest, inner eyes of your elbows towards the top of your mat. Lift your knees, look back. So start on your knees. So start with your legs on the mat and just put your hands on the blocks. That's it. And straighten the elbows. So you start here. You can even grip over the blocks maybe. And start with your legs down, just like that. And then look back and see your 10 toes forward and your toes pressing into the mat. Now, rotate the inner eyes of the elbows forward and lift the chest and look back. Great. And then exhale, release. You can rest for a moment, maybe just push back onto your heels. And then the second time that we do it, remember that we've got to get this in order to open up the chest. So we've got to do this inner eyes of the elbows out and then open the collarbone and the breastbone. So the next time we do, we come just like we did before. You start here. You open up the inner eyes of the elbows and open the chest, right? Push down to your feet. And then one hip at a time comes closer to your hands. Push with your toes, lift your knees, look behind you. Okay, so come into it pretty slow, but press your feet. And I think it's your toenails really extend down, rotate your thighs inner to the outer. Great, great, great. And then exhale, release, guys. And you can rest any way that you would like to rest. So if you just want to come into child's pose, that's fine. And so this one is kind of close to a dog pose as well. So I'm just going to take my blanket, and you both of you have a wall near you. So I'm just going to take a blanket to the back of the wall, and I unfolded it a little bit. And then I'm just going to kind of scrunch up the edges like this. And that is going to be for my inner knees. We're going to do Semi-Konasana. One block to the wall like that, right? And then I'm going to come in front of the block, and I'm going to kind of walk my knees back, put the soles of my feet together, and with my inner ankle bones on the block like this. Toes are kind of pressing into the wall. Now watch, I want to take the inner knees and slide the inner knees out and come as close to the mat or the floor as I can. Like this. Now, when you get here, so this one again is the same. So if you can come all the way down onto your mat, press your inner ankle bones down, and then watch what you do with your hands is you can draw that femur bone down and move the hip point up. You can also push your weight back so your bottom comes really close to the wall. And then guys, see if you can bring your bottom, middle of your buttocks down or in. If you think in or down, middle of your buttocks. Yeah. Now, what you can do, guys, let your knees go out as far as you can. And remember the inner gully, extend the inner gully. You can come forward. Like your bottom can come forward until you can get on the mat. And then once you get on the mat, push your bottom back. That's it. So yeah, you're going to come all the way down. Good. And to do this, guys, you've got to pull the belly button up. That's it. Now, once you get down close to the mat or on the mat, push your bottom back, and you'll feel your leg bones go down. Bring the middle of your buttocks in. Wonderful. Keep breathing. So forearms are all the way down on the belly. Now, spread the inner thighs and bring your bottom in. So your bottom comes towards your yoga mat. Now, bring your inner ankle bones in or down. That's it. Good. You feel that articulates at the hips. Perfecto. Perfect. And then go ahead here, guys, and we're going to come back. So you're here. Now, this is the hard part. So press the toes into the wall, keep the bottom down, and come to one hand at a time, straight elbows. Now this is like upward facing dog. Turn the inner eyes of your elbows forward. Pretend you're doing an upward facing dog, sacrum in, lift your chest. Look behind you. Take the tongue, extend the tongue out, bring it over your chin, and we do our roaring 3 times. So do that 3 times. I can't hear y'all, but I trust that you're doing it. Good, 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 good. Perfect. And then after your 3rd time of your roar, then come forward. And you can come forward onto your mat, however you can. I didn't tell y'all how to get out. So once you've done your roaring, you can bring your knees together and maybe just come forward away from your mat. Wonderful. Wonderful. Stay at your wall, guys. And I'm going to grab my blocks. And I'm going to take this blanket and just kind of fold it over once, or twice, maybe like this. And that's just going to go for the comfort of my knee. We're going to do the wall pigeon since both of you have a nice clear wall there. And so what I'll do is I'll use the blocks for my hands, and I'll come with my hands on the blocks. I want you to take your left foot up and see that the entire foot is there, and then slide the left foot down, left shin to the wall, left knee. And then watch this outer left hip, turn it internally like that. And then this, instead of coming out on the knee, let's go ahead and see if we can bring that right foot up, and then watch, it's another back bend. So you want to come here. And as you're doing it, it's very important to rotate that outer leg. Use your hand if you need to, like this. Outer left thigh to the inner left thigh, like this, internal, and really bend the right knee. Bend the right knee. And see maybe if that left femur bone will come very close to your yoga mat. Okay, so hands can be on blocks or not. But then look at your left foot and your left front ankle here to make sure that the front of your ankle is really pressing into the wall, because that's going to help you control your left hip. So press the front of your left foot and turn your outer hip from the outer to the inner. Good. Now don't lean to the wall, but put your hands on your blocks. And now do an upward facing dog or a back bend. Sacrum goes like this. In. Yeah, that's it, Hannah. There you go. And what we can learn to do is just, instead of walking the front foot forward, just see how deeply you can bend the front knee. That's great. Now remember, your outer left hip rotates, outer thigh, inner growing, internal, perfect. If you can walk your front foot forward, do so, and then deepen the bend on the knee. Deepen the bend on the knee. Now make sure that back hip is rotating internally. Wonderful, guys. Excelente. Excelente. So from here, go ahead and move yourselves back against the wall. So I'm here, and I'm going to take even the blocks and begin to bring my bottom to the wall. So your left heel is out to the side. And then when you come here, main work, bring your sacrum down. Bring your sacrum down. Bring your back body to the wall, your head, your shoulder blades, and your bottom. And then lift your hip point. You can use your own hand, left hand, lift your left hip point up. Good. And bring your left thigh bone towards the wall. And then exhale, release. Perfect. Perfect. And you'll come out and we'll switch. Okay, so now, and when you do this, put some weight in your hands, but go up and then draw down. And then once you get that, you want that right knee to the wall so you can push the right foot. And then when you step your left foot up, try to come up, bringing the knee up to the chest, and walk the left foot forward, and then begin to bend the left knee. Main thing here, internal rotation. Internal on the back leg. The blocks can be whatever level. And then I'm going to start walking the left foot forward, and then see if I can bend the knee, bring the sacrum in, take the chest up. So you want to do a back bend here. Good. Move the pubic bone up towards move the navel away from the pubic bone. Now push the wall with your right foot and bring your right thigh bone back towards the back of your leg. Bring your bottom all the way away from the wall. Do an internal rotation on your back leg, outer right thigh to the inner right thigh. And then exhale and begin to move yourselves back towards the wall. You can bring your blocks or not. But here, try to get your bottom to come to the wall. And this is tough because that bottom has to go down, 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 right buttock flesh straight down, and then lean back to the wall. You can bring your abdominal wall back, and then exhale, release, come forward. Ah, very, very nice, guys. Very nice. And to kind of stretch that out opposite, just go ahead and come standing for a moment and we'll forward fold. You can keep your blocks, maybe bring your hands, your blocks right outside of your feet, bend your elbows, take your inner ankle bones out, tuck your outer ankle bones in and fold. See if you can feel that again, spreading at the posterior pelvis. Shift into the front of your feet, but really make your heels solid. That's it, guys. You shift into the front of your feet. Good, 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 good. Now relax your side ribs. So it's sometimes kind of hard to let go of the torso. Your elbows can, your hands can be a little bit light. Your elbows can bend a little bit deeper. Again, inner ankle bones out, inner thighs go out, outer hips tuck in. And inhale, you can look forward. And then exhale, let's bring our hands up to our hips. Rotate the inner thighs back and come up. Perfect. Perfect. I do have this on my sequence. So what I'm going to do now, so I'm just going to move, and you don't need your blocks, you just need your wall, but I'm going to move that blanket that I had for wall pigeon to the side, and you can also move your blocks to the side. And so what I'm going to do to start is I'm going to put my left heel on the wall with my left toes on the floor, like this, and that lifts the arch. And then I'll step my right leg forward, and I want to square the hip, so outer thigh to the inner right knee. And then I'm going to take my arms back, try to lean back and touch the wall. From here, I want you to push the wall, to bring your femur bone to the wall, take your arms up and walk your right foot in. See if you can bend that knee, but keep lifting through your side ribs. So you're always moving out of your waist. So first your left heel is there, left toes are down. Now the right leg is, the right kneecap is straight. So start with, that's it. Start with the kneecap straight. Push the wall. Now listen guys, you've got the right kneecap straight. Go ahead and move your torso back. Take your arms behind you a little bit wide. And then lean back and touch the fingertips to the wall. So the chest has to get really, really large. Lift it. That's it. Lean back, guys. Take the head back if you can, if that's okay with your neck. And then open up your chest and see if your fingertips get a little bit longer. Perfect. And then exhale, release. Go ahead and take your arms up over your head. Good. Lean back. Again, see if the fingertips will touch the wall. And with your exhalation, bend your right knee, but take those fingertips towards the wall, arms over the head, lean into this by bending the knee. That's it. Everyone, again, exhale, bend your right knee a little bit deeper, take an exhalation, great, and then release. Perfect. Perfect. So, and I don't know that I can do this either, but from here, in order to get, and that the right leg is out there, but to get here, you've got to use the chest. So it's like a back bend. If you do drop backs, henna, and you do, think of that whole, this action. So when you come here, you've got to get that chest up in order to get those arms, fingers to touch. And then when you come here, same thing, fingers to touch if you can, and then, bend the knee. It's so tough. Okay, warrior one. Okay, so step to the wall with your right heel. Your left leg is forward. Walk your left leg forward. Really give that right thigh bone, move the right thigh bone back towards the back of your leg, your right leg. Good. Square your hips. Now, take your arms behind you, and they can kind of spread out, and you've got to really use your chest to get the fingertips to touch the wall. That's it. Also push through the foot. Good. Now lean, lift up through the side ribs. That's it, Hannah. And then extend the arms back and out. Perfecto. Good. Now exhale the breath. Take the arms up over the head, lean back again, maybe fingers touch the wall. Good. Now exhale, push the wall with your right heel, bend your knee. Keep your arms up, keep your chest lifted, and continue to try to get your thumbs to the wall. Good. Exhale, deepen the bend on the left knee, draw the left hip back. Perfect. And then release. Excelente. And I think, let's see if I want to do this. Now, we'll do Warrior One the traditional Iyengar way, which is rather tough. But what we'll do is we'll step center of our mat and we'll step our feet apart like this. And then y'all watch, I'm going to lean forward, lift my left heel, take it to the left. And then I'll bend my right knee and turn my right toes to the right. And then I'll take the arms up and I'll turn the entire torso towards the right knee. Arms are still up. And then I'll bend that right knee as deeply as I can. Okay, so center of your mat, and you can step or you can just jump your legs, step your legs wide or jump your legs wide, and then bring your hands to your hips. Good, great. Turn your 10 toes forward to start. Bring your thigh bones back. Sometimes we even bring our hands here to bring the thigh bones back, bottom in. Now lean your torso forward, lift your left heel, take it to the left, and then stand again. Good. Now bend your right knee, turn your right toes to the right. Take your arms up over your head and then square your torso and your outer left hip towards your right knee. Arms are up. Exhale and really begin to bend your right knee as deeply as you can as you press your back foot into the floor. The outer left foot pressed down. Even lift your left big toe and then draw your outer left foot down. Good. And then exhale, straighten the right knee. You can turn your torso center. So you come from here to here and then here. Good. And then we'll go the opposite way. 10 toes forward. Come forward with your torso. Lift your right heel up. Take it to the right. Stand again. Bend your left knee. Turn your left toes to the left. Take the arms up. And now turn the torso and the right outer arm, right outer rib to the left. Sink the left knee 90 degrees. Keep the arms up and back. But the work is really in bringing that outer hip, right hip forward. That's it. Good, 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 good. You guys lift your right big toe, but really press your outer foot down. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. See if you can lean back just a teeny bit here. Great, perfect. And then exhale, you can release. Very good, guys. Back edge of your mat, 10 toes forward, and let's come forward and grab your big toes, first two fingers, or you can grab your ankles. And then let's take a moment here to fold. Straighten the knees, really open up your chest. Open up your front rib cage. And it's hard, it's kind of a hard concept, but let your torso relax. That's it. Let your torso be heavy. Even your arm bones, let your arm bones kind of roll towards the floor. That's it. And they can do this seated. Good, 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 good. Relax a little more, Hannah. See if you can relax your side. That's great. Relax. That's it. You guys press through your legs. Relax the muscles in your face. Now use your hands against your toes. Draw your big toes forward. Now bring your torso back. Torso goes back. Great, great. And then let's inhale and look out in front, straighten the elbows. And then exhale to release. Come up. Perfect. We'll do it again. And then I think what I'll do this time, it'll be the same pose, but let's see if we can work to roll to the back of the head and also roll the arms over. So we're here, just like we did before, and you grab the toes. Now, when you come here, watch my arms. I want them to roll. I want them to go all the way over, and I want those arm bones really to kind of roll in this direction. Back of the head here, and then pull the torso back. So you're relaxed here. Okay, so let's try one more time. Make sure your toes are forward. Good. Straighten the knees, come forward, and wrap the first two fingers of your hands inside. Wrap the inner part of your big toes. Now draw your big toes forward and lean forward. That's it. Now exhale and let your torso relax. Let your head relax and begin to tuck your chin to the groove of your neck so that the back of your head is more as moving towards your mat. That's it. That's it, Andy. Good. Now, relax. See if you can find this kind of weight or heaviness in your torso. That's it. Let that stretch through the legs. Perfect. Great. And then we can inhale and look out in front. Perfecto. And exhale to release. Come up. Wonderful. Go ahead, guys, and we'll come down. And since we did that standing, we can do that same one seated. So I'm going to start with seated, and I don't think that either one of you need a blanket, but we'll do Upavista B, A, and then we'll do some Janu revolves. So for Upavista, I'm going to sit on the mat with the feet together, take the knees apart, and grab the toes. Now I'll extend one leg out at a time. See if I can find the balance at my bottom, roll my shoulders back and down and lift the chest. Okay. And then to come out of this, so the work is coming here. To come out of this, we'll bring the feet together and then bring the feet down. So y'all try that, and then we'll try it a different way. So one at a time, and you can extend out and straighten the elbows to start. That's it. Find the balance. Extend out. Now you've got your toes, bend your elbows up and out, lift your chest. Good. Press through your feet here. Great, great, great. And then we'll exhale, release. Perfect. Let's see if we try our hands to our outer feet, if that makes a difference. So I'll do the same pose, except this time I've got my hands to the outer feet. When I do this, look, I'm going to turn the sole of my foot opposite. So right sole of the foot turns to the left. I'll come up through the left foot and turn. So they're facing one another. See if you can really press out into the hands and lift the chest. Good, 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 good. And then exhale to release. Perfect. Let's take our legs out. And you'll bring your heels down. You may need a blanket for this, but with your hands on the mat, lift up, and then you're going to roll the inner growing down and the sitting bones up, just like that. And you can do that with your hands. There you go. And then let's go ahead and floint. So really press out from your inner thigh to your inner feet. So can you make this inner gully longer so it extends out in this direction? Let's twist to the right, swing the left arm, it comes in front and against the mat, and then see if you can grab your heel with your left hand. Right elbows bent, right fingertips can be on the mat. Now, bend your elbow, left elbow out to the side, and then begin to roll that left back rib cage towards your mat. You can even take your gaze to the right. And then inhale to look out towards your right foot and release. Keep your legs very active. Come forward first. And when you do that, the inner gully comes down. And then that right arm comes out in front. Make it really long because you're extending the entire right side body. And grab the foot. Left fingertips outside of the left leg. The elbows bent. Bend the elbow out. Fold. Now from here, guys, I've bent the elbow, but I'm going to roll that back right rib cage down, and even look to the left. And then inhale, look out in front. Perfect. And exhale, come up. Let's come forward. You can use blankets or blocks underneath if you want to use blocks like this. And you can start on your forearm. If you don't need blocks, roll the inner belly down, come to your forearm. Now here you want to pull against the mat. Now drag yourself forward and let your inner groin roll down. Drag forward. Use your forearms. Your hands kind of pull forward. Great. Bring your heel center and your 10 toes straight up. If you can go deeper, you'll take the arms out, bring the spine in, bring the chest to the mat. Or stay where you are if you can't go that deeply. Good. Perfect. And then, guys, you can go ahead here and slowly come back to the hands. Perfect. And then let's bring our soles of our feet together once more. Extend the inner knees out. Bring the outer ankle bones down. Good, good, good. And again, I lean over, get that upper leg bone to move away from the hip point. To me, this feels good. Just this. Just leaning and bringing that leg bone away from the hip point. And so do that on both sides and create a little bit of space here. Perfect. Let's see if we can bring one foot up at a time. I said we were going to do Janu, but let's see if we can go here. So Baddha Konasana, I'll grab the right foot, turn the sole of the right foot to the chest. See if I can, not here, but you've got to kind of move the spine in. Really turn the foot so that outer foot rotates towards you, and see if you can bring the sole of the foot to the chest. Nice. So take that right knee back. Everyone take the right, there you go. Now turn, perfect, switch sides. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Excelente. And then we'll go to the other side. So I'm gonna grab the foot. It's already kind of turned up anyway, right? And then you'll bring the foot up. Now the knee is low, but as I bring the foot up, the knee kind of goes back. Do you see like this, back behind me almost? And then bring the sole of the foot to the chest. So you've really got to use both of your hands. What you'll notice, guys, is that entire outer left leg all the way to your outer hip open up. Yeah. So bring the knee back. That's it. Bring the, hey, wonderful, wonderful. And then exhale, release. Good. Go ahead and stretch the legs out here for a moment. Good. And if you want to shake the legs out, you can. Now, I'm going to do Janu, and I think I'm going to do it two different ways. We're going to do it twice. Revolve Janu. So the first way that we'll do it is with the left knee bent and the right leg out to the side. Sorry, Andy, you can turn to the middle of your mat if you want to, but I keep going back and forth. That's why I said sorry, because I keep going center and then this way and then that way. Anyway, so I'm going to take the legs and separate, and then I'll bring the left foot on the mat, left knee again, it's out, right leg out to the right, and then roll the groin down. Roll the inner groin down and have evenness at your sitting bones. Good. Now I'm going to twist my torso. Take your left hand and bring your upper left leg bone down. Twist your torso to the left. Lean to your right and grab your right big toe. Lean to your right, but twist your torso to your left. Straighten your arm, make your arm really straight, and then see if you can come out of your hip points, out of your waist. Lean to your right. Keep your elbow straight. Draw your left hand down. Now see if you can bend that right elbow and bring it down inside of the inner knee to the mat. That's it. Bring it inside of the knee, guys, so it comes down to the floor. Now twist to the left. Bring your left hand here to an L shape. Draw down, lean over to the right. See if you can bring your right ear down towards your right leg. Take your left arm out in front of you, sweep it over the head, grab the toes, go over the right toes with the left hand. Now lean to your left, but look to the ceiling. Ah. And exhale, turn the chest and the gaze to the mat and release. And you want to come back to the center for a moment, hold here a moment, and then come up. Great. Phew. And then we'll switch. So if you need a block or you need a blanket to sit on, do that, but it doesn't look like either one of you do, so we're good. So you'll bend the opposite knee. It's the right knee and the left leg's out. Try to get all the way on the top of that foot and shin. And then extend that left leg out and roll down. So really, if you want to use your own hands, L shape, rotate down, bring the inner gully down. Now twist your torso to the right, bring your right hand top of your right leg, extend your left arm out, keep your elbow straight, but grab your left toe. Now you really bring that right hand and bring your hip, your femur bone down, right thigh bone down. Lean, and you keep the left elbow straight, but lean to the left. Keep your grounding in that right buttock. And then bend the left elbow inside. And then again, guys, it's really about that right leg. Bring your right sitting bone into the yoga mat. And then take the right arm out in front, bring it over the ear, grab the left toes, right hand. Bend the elbow up, see if you can bring your left ear closer to your left leg and look to the ceiling. Now, press your weight into your right buttock, your right sit bone. And exhale, look down, turn the chest down towards the mat and come to the center for a moment. And then come up. Perfect. This one is a little more difficult, but stretch your legs out. It's the same thing. So again, use a block if you need to. This time, I'm going to bend the left knee in Triangamukha half. And again, it's all about rolling down here, really grounding here. Now, right leg goes back out. I want to keep this left knee straight. Hannah, you might, if this bothers your knee, just do it the way we did it a moment ago, right? And then again, thigh bone down, twist, look opposite, grab the toe. Watch. Bend the elbow, bring it down. And here, really got to work on keeping this left buttock down. Here, and then again, we'll come here and see where we can go. But don't do this. Really press your weight into that left outer hip, left sitting bone, okay? So the difference in this is that the left knee is bent differently. It's Triangamukha. Now, say you're thinking, well, I have to have a block or I have to have some height. You see, so it can be done on a block, okay? So you're going, there you go. And then guys, bring that left buttock down, reach out for your right big toe with a straight elbow. And then once you get here, press down through your left side and bend your right elbow and bring it down inside. So when you do that, lean your torso forward a little bit. There you go, Hannah. And then really deepen the elbow. Now, once you get here, see if you can take that left arm out in front, bring it over and grab the right toes. So grab the toes. Now, use the right elbow into the inner right knee to turn your chest up. Now, bring your left, top of your left buttocks down towards your mat. Great. And then release. Release. Now, believe it or not, this is an external rotation. So both of your legs are doing this. This seems like it would be internal, but at the top, if you go internal, it would look like this. So it's really rotating externally and down. So switch sides. So now your right knee is bent in Changamukha, and your left leg is out. And roll your inner groin down. And maybe this is it. Maybe this is about all that you can do. And again, Hina, if this bothers your knee bent like this, just do it the way we did it first, with your knee bent the other way. So if this bothers your knee, do it maybe like that, like we did the first time. Okay. So now twist your torso to the right, very heavily twist to the right, but lean to your left and grab your toe. Now this right thigh bone comes down. You can even use your own hand to bring your right leg bone down and out, externally rotate it. And then bend your left elbow. And as you're doing this, you really got to focus on your right side, that's it. Now the opposite arm can go out in front, right arm over and grab the foot. Good. Now bend the elbow up towards the ceiling. That's it, Hannah. Now make your right buttock flesh longer. Top of the right buttock down towards the mat. Good. Good, good, good. Can you guys bend your top elbow? Look up a little bit deeper. Rotate your torso in towards the mat. And then exhale, release. Perfect. Perfect. And then you guys can go ahead and come up. Very good. And I'm going to turn just regular here normally. And I don't know how you may be able to do this. I guess if you need height, sit on a block. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to bend the right leg and just see if I can get this. And to do this, listen, you've got to take the knee back and down. So watch the right knee. It goes back and down. Do you see? Down. And then I'm going to wrap this arm over the leg. That's it. And then I'll switch sides, right? So when you do this, let's practice taking this. You can even reach underneath and grab your heel and have your elbow there and take the knee back first. Take it all the way back. That's it. And down, and then lift the foot and hook the back of your knee to your arm. Great. Great, 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 great. And then let's switch sides. And we'll see if we can do the full expression. So again, I'm going to go here. I'm going to grab and take that knee back like this. And then bring the foot up and hook it over the arm. And then, yep, relax. So hook so that maybe we can release it, right? And then release. Now, what Andy did a moment ago, which is more the full expression of the pose, is you're going to see if you can get your right hand down. So I'm going to go here again. And I'm going to go here. And with this right hand down, watch where I press that knee back. And once I get that knee back, I'm going to see if I can grab over the foot. Take the right leg up, look to the left, and then we'll close and switch sides. So you really got to get the knee over the shoulder almost. So as you're here, bend the right knee, you can kind of drag the heel back, grab the right foot. Now take that right knee back and down and bring that foot over. Now hold your foot with your left hand and bring your right palm down and push the right arm into the leg. Push the right arm into the leg. That's it. Now press into your right foot. See if you could straighten your right knee and look to your left. That's it, that's it, that's it. Use that right hand on the floor, Hannah, if you can. Good. And release. So nice, guys. Nice. Now, the whole goal is to keep that leg back. So let's see, maybe from the front. So the goal is here. So you see, so you're kind of pushing it back and then you press through to straighten. And when you do, look over or under the right armpit. Okay. So try your opposite side, or did y'all already do it? Okay. No, you didn't. Okay. Perfect. Take the knee back and down. Good. Good, 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 good. Great. And then you hold that left foot, opposite hand. Good. Press into the foot. That's it. And look under the armpit. Great. Great, 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 Andy. Great, great, wonderful. Perfecto. Perfect. And then exhale when you're ready and release. That was excelente. Excelente, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come down. We're going to do Supta, but first I'm going to do that Baddha Konasana one. My back has been really tight, so this is why we're doing all these back things. So for this one, when you come onto your yoga mat like this, bring your blocks right to your lateral buttock, like that lateral buttock flesh. And then I'll take the feet up, soles of the feet together, and then I'll roll up and over. Oh my goodness, the block. And then I want to relax. So my bottom is elevated, my bottom is lifted up, and that block is supporting my outer hips. My shoulders are grounded, the back of my head is down. Soles of the feet are still together, and I do want to relax here. So once you get your blocks there, take your feet up, bring the soles of your feet together, and then roll over your block so that the block supports your lateral buttock and lifts your bottom up off of your mat. So your bottom should be lifted. Great. You have your blocks, Hannah? Yeah. Now bring the soles of your feet together. Yeah, and now, so bring your feet up. Yeah, now put your blocks there, but keep your feet up. Yeah. Now take your knees out and roll over your blocks and let your bottom lift. Yeah, so your bottom comes all the way up off of the mat. Great, great. And then you guys can take your arms out, but relax your shoulders. I'm just looking for evenness in the sacrum. So again, the sacrum here should be spread. The muscles that support the sacrum spread out very evenly here. We can't be here too long. I'm going to try one more time, see if I can help my own self. Forget you guys, just kidding. Just a couple more seconds. And then go ahead and when you're here, just one more second, but I want you to really relax your bottom. Relax your bottom. And then exhale, bring your knees together, feet on the mat. And that's how we come out of that. We'll take our block, one of our blocks, and do Setu Bandha, Sarangasana. So I'll walk my feet in, keep my shoulders, tops of my shoulders grounded, lift up, and bring my block to my sacrum. Now bring it at whatever level that is comfortable for you. So I'm in Setu Bandha with the block at the sacrum. From here, you really want your feet flat. I like to really, with the knees bent, I do like to roll the inner knees to touch. And there's so much tightness there for me that they don't touch. You can also, if you have the flexibility, you can straighten your knees, but keep your feet really grounded. Few more moments here in Setu Bandha. And then you guys can come out, maybe walk your feet closer to your bottom, lift up. And when you come down one vertebra at a time, kind of roll down onto your mat. Good. We'll bring our inner knees together, feet wide. Bring your abdominal wall to your mat. Make sure you're flat so your your spine is flat against your mat. Perfect here, guys. Let's bring our knees and let's bring our feet up. Keep your knees together. And go ahead and take your knees over to your left and twist to your right. This supine twist can be very, very, very beneficial and kind of opening even like that outer armpit and the armpit chest. So when your knees go over to your left, lift your left shoulder blade and take it to the left, and then twist a little bit deeper to the right. You can even use your left hand onto that outer right knee and draw the knee down. And then come up, come back to the center and go opposite. So knees go to the right. And then when my knees go over to the right, I'm really short on the right side. So I want to lift the right shoulder blade up, take it to the right, and then see if I can bring that left shoulder blade to the mat. Look to the left. You can use the right hand to bring the left inner knee down. And then bring your knees here back to the center. Let's straighten our knees for a moment. And then I'm going to bend the right knee up, and the right foot is lifted off of my mat. And I'm going to begin to roll to my left, bringing that inner right knee to the mat. And it's bent. The right knee is bent, left knee is straight. And you can actually go ahead and roll all the way over onto your outer left hip. Then you can lift your left shoulder blade, take it to the left, twist to the right while keeping that right knee against the mat or the floor. And then come back, roll back to the center, straighten the right knee, lift the left foot, and the foot is lifted as you roll over. Now go ahead and roll all the way over onto the right side, bring the inner left knee down. You can bring your elbows to the mat, right shoulder blade rotates to the right. Twist to the left. Perfect. And then you guys can bring yourselves back to the center. And let's go ahead and you can bring your knees into your chest. I'm going to do an upside down happy baby. So bring the big toes together. Child's pose. Bring the big toes together and then draw the shin bones back. See if you can spread the lower back. Good, guys. And then you can roll over to your right and push yourselves up, come up seated. And we'll take our inversion. So it can be headstand, legs up the wall. You can stand and do prasarita padat. Or, even a wall L or wall headstand, right? So we know the wall L on our hands. But if you're working on headstand, you can do that one like this too. You see, you return, interlace your fingers face you, head on the mat, and then feet go up the wall here. And then that's just a matter of kind of pushing your weight over your shoulders and lifting your shoulders up. I even like to even push into the toes. But again, that's up to you. If you're not inverting today, you can come into Uttanasana or Parisarita, or you could go legs up the wall if you want. You'd rather do legs up the wall for a moment. Henna's doing shoulder stand to Alasana, so that's an option as well. Good, guys. Good. Wherever you are in your inversion, take a few deep breaths. If you're in prasarita, so Andy, for you, really relax, let your arms relax. You can hold your ankle, or you can just let the backs of your hands come to the mat. Perfect. And then you guys can come out of your inversion slowly. If you were in prasarita, you can just kind of roll up, keep your gaze to the mat. You're already down from your pose. So let's go ahead, and once we get down, let's come onto our mats for Supta Panicusthasana. So I'm going to use a strap, and I'm going to use a block to the outer hip strap for the foot. Before I go into that, you can either put this blanket roll underneath the back of your neck now, or we could do it for Shavasana. But if you do it now, it means that we've got to keep the breastbone, the belly button, and the nose in one line, okay? So your roll can be as big and as thick as it feels comfortable to you. And then come in front of your roll, adjust it as you need to. You straighten your knees, put your feet against the wall, adjust a little bit more if you need to. Your block goes right outside of your right hip. Nice, guys. And then bend your right knee and bring your strap around your right heel. Take your right leg up. This is a nice one for your back as well. And so when you're holding your strap and you've got your belt around your right heel, go ahead and really straighten your right knee and bring your right thigh bone towards the back of your right leg. And if you want to gently let the right leg rock side to side, do that. Keep holding your strap with two hands. Now grab your strap with your right hand. Turn your right toes to the right and your right knee to the right, and take your right leg out to the right. Now, when you do this, again, right toes face the mat, right kneecap faces the mat, bend the right elbow and kind of draw the back of your right arm to the mat. Now, draw your outer right hip in, bring it in towards your outer left hip. Bring your right leg up. Take the left hand to your strap, take your right leg over to the left, but you can keep your gaze to the ceiling. And now here you can begin to bend that left elbow, bring your outer right hip down, keep your chest to the ceiling, keep your gaze to the ceiling. Perfect. And bring your right leg back. Wonderful, guys. Go ahead and pull this right leg in close to your chest. You can keep your head and shoulders grounded. Bring your right leg in, but press your right thigh bone back. And then bend your right knee and release. Perfect. Your block will move over to the left outer hip. And then bend your left knee. Any adjustments, if you need to adjust your blankets, you can do that. And then we'll take our left leg up, bring your strap to your left heel, extend the leg up, and then again, I just like to let it very gently rock side to side. Keep a lot of weight in your hands against your strap to bring your left heel bone down. Now, reach up and grab your strap with your left hand, turn your left toes left, left knee to the left, take your left leg out to the left. Now, the very top of your left thigh bone is against your block, left toes face the mat. Really make your inner left leg very long and tuck your outer left leg in. So that outer hip bone will tuck in towards your midline. You can widen out your left elbow. Bring your leg up. Your left leg comes up and take it across the body. So switch the hand that holds the strap. Draw your outer left hip down, guys, and go very slowly. So as you let your left leg go over, it's with control. Focusing on the left buttock flesh very long. And to get deeper in this, you would bend the right elbow. See if you can bring the back of the right arm down. And then bring your left leg back. Hold your strap with both of your hands and pull that left leg in. Relax your head though. So let your neck and your head and your shoulders relax and remain heavy as you draw your leg in. Press your left thigh bone back towards the wall. And then you can exhale, release. Bend the left knee. Perfecto. And release the strap. We'll bend the knees and put the feet on the mat for a moment. Now cross your outer right ankle bone over the top of your left knee. Still got your neck against the blanket, but make sure that the back of your head is against the mat. And then go ahead and bring your left foot up and interlace behind your left leg. Let's pull our right leg in, but really keep your right elbow bent and keep drawing your right elbow into your inner right thigh as you pull your right foot in. Very good, guys. You can draw it all the way into the chest, but roll your bottom opposite. Roll your bottom down against the mat, and then exhale, release. So you can release the interlace, bring the left foot down, right foot, and then switch. And then we'll lift the right foot up and interlace behind the right thigh, and then that elbow bends out. This also think your chest is open, your collarbone's open, your abdominals are spread, and your sacrum, your lower back, your bottom is really rolling into the mat. And use this, use the resistance of drawing your legs in to bring your bottom down. And then exhale. Very good, guys. Release. We'll bring both of our feet down for a moment. Go ahead and cross your legs at your mid-shin. And then tuck your outer legs in. And see how open that space between your hip points and your femur bones can be. Bring your belly down. You'll feel that gives some length in your low back. You can bring that right foot out and bring it over the outer right ankle bone into the inner left knee or inner left thigh. Relax your right leg and your left outer leg will come closer to the yoga mat. But really let your right foot be kind of heavy. Don't press with your foot, but just let your foot relax. If there is going to be an adjustment, it would be on your left foot. So you can move your left foot further forward, or you can move it closer in towards your bottom. You can even use your hands to kind of iron the flesh at the hip flexors. And then let's switch. So we'll bring that right leg back down and bring the left foot up and over the inner right thigh or inner right knee. If you kind of hook the ankle over the right knee, gives it a little bit of it gives a little bit of help in keeping that left foot there, but see if you can relax it. Few more seconds, guys. Perfect. And then go ahead and exhale, and you can bring your feet onto the mat once more. We'll bring our knees, inner knees together, feet wide. Perfect. And then from here, we can prepare for Shavasana. So if you want to just extend your legs and take your arms out with your palms up, and you can keep your blanket there if you'd like, or you don't have to. You can move your blanket, you can roll over to the right, come up, maybe do legs up the wall or whatever, however you would like to take Shavasana. Really let your arms go out pretty wide, and the thumbs of your hands, thumb sides of your hands really rotate back and down onto your mat. Your shoulder blades are spread out. Once you get here, relax. If you can let your arms become very heavy, the backs of your hands heavy. Your eyes are closed, and the center of the back of your head begins to spread against the yoga mat. Let go here in Shavasana. You want to surrender to the mat, to the floor, surrender to the earth. Just let go. to deepen your breath and move your awareness very slowly back into the room. Small movements in the fingers and in the toes when you're ready. As you exhale the breath, you can bend the elbows, bring your hands to your belly or to your heart. Stretch the arms over your head here, full body stretch. And then as you exhale the breath, you can release the arms to the side body. And then you can bend the knees, feet can come onto the mat. Keep length in the lower back. And then pull your knees in and hug the knees. And wrap the arms around any movements here, side to side or front to back. And then roll over to your right and hold there in a fetal position using your right arm or your right hand to support the head. And then as you exhale the breath, bring yourselves up to seated. Hands can come heart center, third eye, or just resting at the top of your legs. Let's see. It is only the novice in yoga who would call asana as a physical exercise or a physical activity. No movement is possible without the involvement of the mind and the brain. Every movement in turn would have an effect on the mind and the brain. The interaction between the body and the mind is not unilateral, but bilateral. Thank you guys so very, very much for being here. Namaste.